6:48, a live look today at the Berry College Eagle Cam in Georgia, where birdwatchers are waiting for the first egg to hatch. They expect it as soon as tomorrow. Both parents have been on the nest.
Eagle Cam's always fun. Of course, the Minnesota Eagle Cam is a famous one. Should be back hopefully in a couple of months, as long as winter decides to end at a normal time this year.
The best distraction at work.
Yeah, exactly. To sit there and watch for the baby eagles. A very good morning, everyone, and thank you so much for waking up with the Valley today. Kyle Bosch here with Lisa Bedeau. We're just getting started with non-stop news and weather all the way up to the top of the hour to help you plan your day. And we do start with some breaking news we've been following overnight. The U.S. Embassy in Yemen is evacuating staff members out of the capital and telling other Americans to leave that country because of a deteriorating security situation.
Great Britain and France are also rushing their staff out of the country. The U.S. State Department is telling American citizens who need help to go to U.S. embassies in neighboring countries.
The White House is expected to send Congress a formal request today authorizing the military to fight ISIS terrorists over the next 3 years. It comes as President Obama vowed retaliation against members of that terror group who are responsible for the death of 26-year-old American aid worker Kayla Mueller.
Mueller's family confirmed her death yesterday after receiving an email from ISIS over the weekend with a picture of her body. An Otter Tail County woman has died after falling or jumping from a moving car driven by her husband. The Fergus Falls Daily Journal reports Kelly Peterson of Underwood had been in serious condition since the January 24th incident. Police are still trying to determine if she jumped from the car. Her husband Douglas was charged with DWI and criminal vehicular operation. But the Otter Tail County Sheriff says charges could be amended now that Kelly has died. The latest on NBC News anchor Brian Williams is generating a lot of chatter on our Facebook page. He's been suspended for 6 months without pay for exaggerating a story from an Iraq war mission. Williams told viewers he was in a helicopter that had been hit and forced down. Several soldiers complained, and it turned out he had not been in the helicopter that was hit.
Now, last week, Williams apologized on air for misremembering the events from 12 years ago, and NBC launched an internal investigation. Now, the president of NBC News says that review of the Williams situation remains ongoing. Now, if you'd like to join the conversation about Brian Williams or other topics of the day, all you have to do is head to our Valley News Live Facebook page. To get there, just search for Valley News Live on Facebook. Once you like it, it's a great way to get breaking news, weather updates, and news updates posted right to your feed.
It's now 6:51, time for Weather on the Ones. Let's check in with Mick. Of course, the snow stopped, but now we're dealing with some very cold temperatures this morning.
That's right, and we can tell people are moving along much faster than yesterday, but we still have a little ice accumulation on our Skycam lens. 4 degrees in Fargo-Moorhead, feels like 15 below, thanks to a northwest wind about 16. It's 0 Grand Forks, feels like 16 below, thanks to a northwest wind at 10. Sky is cleared off. We'll see a whole lot of sunshine early this morning, and then we'll get back to partly sunny or even mostly cloudy or partly cloudy this afternoon. Temperatures, I don't think are going to warm much at all. Steady to slowly falling temperatures until the sun goes down this evening. Then look out below as we drop to 15 to 20 below by tomorrow morning. 20 below, obviously, in the northern valley. So this afternoon, partly cloudy. Wind chills will be with us because the wind will not be diminishing. The clouds gone away, the snow is gone, snowfall is gone, but the temperature, well, the wind will not go away. The temperature is steady, single digits above 0. Here's what we'll be down to by the end of the afternoon. And in the northwest corner of Minnesota, cloudy to partly cloudy sky with cold wind chills thanks to a northwest wind about 20, and temperatures which will likely drop to a little bit below 0, 2 to 3 below, even in northeast North Dakota, a couple degrees below 0 with some real serious wind chills out there. There the sky has cleared out in the Pacific Northwest. We don't have anything else coming our way, so it should be quiet for a bit, although a warm front coming through tomorrow afternoon will give us another inch or so of snow. We are down to 2 below War Road and Thief River, 0 Grand Forks, 4 in Fargo-Moorhead, with a north-northwest wind 10 to 21 miles an hour. It is definitely nippy out there. The wind gusts that you heard through the overnight moved into central Minnesota. With that, the wind blowing the snow over the roadway created some slippery spots, especially with some ice accumulation on the curves and overpasses, intersections. That's where what the wind chills are for you right now. It's cold out there, so waiting for the bus, walking to work, walking through the parking lot, definitely need to dress for winter. Sunshine and clouds and cold wind chills today. Tomorrow, very cold in the morning, and then milder air moves in with a little light snow tomorrow afternoon. Nice day Friday. But then we go back down to double digits below for Saturday morning and single digit above highs on Saturday. You'll have to find some flames somewhere.
Warm up with your
snuggle.
sweetie.
Yes.
Exactly. Thank you, Mick. Target has agreed to pay nearly $4 million to settle a lawsuit filed in California that alleges the retailer charged higher prices than advertised. Target says some of the problems stemmed from promotional signs not being removed immediately after promotions ended. And the company has taken steps to fix that and other problems. The retailer says any guest who feels they are overcharged for an item should bring their receipt to the guest service desk, where any pricing inaccuracies will be resolved.
North Dakota is once again issuing tax refunds. The state suspended them last week because of concerns about fraud. State tax officials are encouraging you to file early because if fraudulent returns come in first, officials have less of a chance of knowing which is the real one. Now, you can check the status of your return at the North Dakota Tax Commissioner's website. We've got a link to it at our website. Just head to valleynewslive.com.
Could this be a sign of what's to come for other public places? Minnesota's Hennepin County has become one of the first to ban electronic cigarette use in most public indoor places. That means the use of electronic cigarettes is not allowed anywhere. Conventional cigarette use is also not allowed.
6:55 now, and in our consumer alert this morning, thousands voted, and they have picked the new products they like best. 30 have been awarded the 2015 Product of the Year. It's part of a nationwide survey from market research company TNS.
The products will soon begin appearing with a distinctive red Product of the Year logo placed on their packaging and in advertising, helping them stand out. Among the winners, spreadable garlic and herb butter made by Minnesota-based Land O'Lakes. In this morning's Healthier Me, good news for anyone who enjoys an afternoon siesta. A new study shows napping helps restore the body's immune health after a night of poor sleep.
Researchers analyzed hormone levels of 11 men who got just 2 hours of sleep the night before. After just one night of that bad sleep, they had a significant rise in the hormone that increases heart rate and blood pressure, and a drop in a protein that's linked to immune system health. But get this, those levels returned to normal after the men took just a 30-minute nap the next day. This all suggests that naps really can improve health and stress levels in the 30% of Americans who do not get enough sleep. Lines for Powerball tickets likely to be longer than usual today. Lottery fever is once again spiking after no big winner over the weekend. The jackpot has climbed to a near record of more than $450 million.
Powerball officials say they will pay out about $30 million to players who picked at least a combination of the winning numbers. The next drawing is tonight. And in case you were wondering, the odds of winning, 1 in 175 million.
I think I'll still pick up a ticket today just in case.
Why not?
Though, right?
How will Lady Luck find you if you don't buy a ticket?
That's true. Students have trained sheep and pigs and cows. They've got cured hams to sell, and of course, lots of dancing. Lots going on this weekend on the NDSU campus. The 89th Little International is back.
And that's where we find the Valley Today's Christy Larson this morning, giving us a preview of this big event. Good morning, Christy.
Yes, good morning, Kyle and Lisa. As we've been showing you guys, they are already getting ready for this Friday and Saturday, and we have the Queen here with us. I wish I could have had a tiara too this morning because my name is also Christy, but we have Christy Tonneson here with us. So again, let's just encourage people. Why would you tell them to come out here?
It's something different for the FM area. It's something for families to come enjoy with their kids. The kids really enjoy to see all the animals, so it's fun to see their excitement with it. And then on Friday night, we have our Hall of Fame banquet, and that's where we honor our Agriculturist of the Year. And this year's Agriculturist of the Year is Ray Bartholomew. He's a lifetime farmer and rancher from Sheldon, North Dakota. And what we do with this award is we really try to find somebody who's definitely made a difference on the industry, promoted it in a positive manner, and just strive to really leave it better. So we're going to honor Ray this year. He's, like I said, he's done amazing things for the industry, so we're excited to honor him. So.
And again, it's just a way for people to kind of make that bond between consumer and the livestock.
Exactly. Yeah, we're really trying to bridge that gap between the consumer and the plate, or the consumer and the farmer. So it's something exciting. Broaden your horizons, see something different.
Yeah. And I know that the students have been out here since nearly 3:30 this morning, and they're going to be working until about 10 tonight, putting up 30 miles of streamers. So if anything, you should come out here on Friday and Saturday to see the work that they did to put into this show.
30 miles of streamers. It's a lot of streamers. And I was hoping that those dancers would be back. The guy who was
yeah, that was pretty
jitterbugging
amazing. You can go check him out on Saturday. Go
Dance
down
in
and
the chips.
Dance in the chips. Wood chips, that is.
Christy Larson reporting live. Thank you, Christy. Let's get our answer now to our question of the morning on Facebook. Today's question: half of U.S. drivers routinely do this at a stoplight.
The answer: honk at the driver ahead of them when the light turns green and they're not going because they're too busy staring into the other car,
That's
trying
me.
to figure out which radio station the other car's song is playing on. Also you?
I do get honked at more than I honk at others, but I'm easily distracted.
I'm in the right turning lane and don't turn. So I get
Oh, I hate that guy.
unforgivable sin. All right, quick check of the weather here. We find ourselves under a clear sky this morning for a little while. 6 degrees to begin, 6 degrees at noon, and how about this afternoon? Well, about 8. Would have been nice if 7s came up all across there.
Lucky.
Falling temps, cold wind chills all day.
Yeah, we're not so lucky with that forecast. Thanks for waking up with the Valley today. More local news and weather right here in 25 minutes.
Have a great Wednesday, everybody. We will see you tomorrow morning.